Crypto millionaires now are moving to Puerto Rico as U.S. territory becomes a tax haven. This article I wanted to bring out to you for the pure fact that so many people are looking to move into Puerto Rico. And I wanted to give you my pick on this a little bit before I read this, and that is, I mentioned to you in other videos that Puerto Rico has applied for statehood status. Whether it goes through or not, I don't know. And I don't know what sort of changes that would take place if that occurs. But remember, Puerto Rico already has a 4% corporate tax, and they do have an individual tax rate as high as in the 30 percentile. You can take dividends out tax-free, but there is a stated amount that you have to pull out in salary according to what you make. I've got that on other videos. But these are some things that you need to think about before you go down there. I personally think you're better off relinquishing your U.S. citizenship if you're a U.S. citizen, if you really want to control your taxes. But that's my opinion on that. And it's no limit to the amounts that you can actually, get your taxes down to zero. With that, Puerto Rico doesn't get it to zero. You're still going to have, some taxes there, and you do have charitable contributions that you're going to have to make. There are other things too, license fees, and you've got, things that you're going to have to be, purchasing over there. There's no way you're going to get your taxes to zero using the Puerto Rico concept. But it is an option, and you're taking a chance, like I said. If Puerto Rico does become a state, unless it changes its taxes there locally, along with the federal tax in the U.S., you could end up paying some of the highest taxes in the U.S. Anyway, also before I get into this, if you make at least $150,000 U.S. dollars a year, or you got a net worth at least $1 million U.S., and you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days. Do three things: hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and also the notification bell next to that subscribe button. You get new videos automatically as they come out. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. Number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help if you want to get your taxes to zero. Now, folks, you need to be making at least $150,000 U.S. dollars a year, or have a net worth at least $1 million U.S. for us to work with you. Okay, now they went on to say that crypto millionaires move to Puerto Rico as the U.S. territory becomes a tax haven. Like I said, you're taking a big chance by moving there if things do change there. But they went on to say that suddenly a tropical island less than 4 hours from the U.S. is now being inundated by millionaires who are all there for one big reason, which is obviously lowering their taxes as much as they can do. It is, I think, a better option than moving to Florida and then eliminate state taxes, because you do have more exemptions, but it depends on your income too, because there are things that you're going to have to pay for in Puerto Rico that you would not have to pay for in Florida that doesn't have a state income tax. One of them is a charitable deduction of that you're going to have to be forking out, and there are other fees too. You do have high licensing fees there. Now, if you're making a tremendous amount of money, I'd say at least $500,000 or $1 million or more, that becomes a lot more feasible than moving to a state that doesn't have state income taxes. This is something you'd have to look at and think about. Now, when Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen isn't flying around the world urging politicians to regulate her ex-employer, she's apparently living off little tax cryptocurrency profits in her new home, Puerto Rico. Now, for the foreseeable future, she stated that I'm fine because I did buy crypto at the right time. Now, this article came out in news.com out of Australia, and she was talking about here that with the interview in the New York Times, when asked how she supported herself since leaving Facebook, and obviously she made a lot with cryptocurrency, but her move to Puerto Rico in March was motivated by a desire to join her crypto friends on the island, and as well as the nice lifestyle they've got in Puerto Rico. And she added that Puerto Rico, as an unincorporated U.S. entity, known for its beaches, rainforest, and Spanish colonial architecture, has become a hub for cryptocurrency investors like Ms. Hugen in recent years, thanks largely to the status of the tax haven in Puerto Rico. Now, they went on to say here that under Law Act 22, people who move to Puerto Rico for at least half the year are exempt from taxes on interest, dividends, and capital gains, meaning they can cash in their earnings from crypto and other investments without handing over money to the tax man. In a bid to take advantage of the loose tax laws, top crypto firms, including the hedge fund Pantura Capital and NFT Marketplace Super Rare, have ditched New York and Silicon Valley for Puerto Rico in recent years. Now, other crypto investors flush with cash amid the crypto boom have used their little tax profits to buy property in San Juan with a vision to build a new society called Puerto. Now, YouTube star and crypto investor Paul Logan also moved to the country early this year and has been renting a mansion for about $55,000 a month, a move that Mr. Paul admitted was primarily motivated by the country's tax policies. Now, in Puerto Rico, he stated that you're motivated to do more and make more money because of the implications that come with it, Mr. Paul had told Time magazine. This is, of course, the territory's tax laws have also drawn interest from more traditional financiers, including legendary hedge fund manager John Paulson, who moved into the island for tax reasons in 2013. Now, when supporters of Puerto Rico's tax breaks argue that they bring in much needed investment to an island that lags behind the mainland U.S. in economic development, critics have slammed outsiders for driving up housing prices in what they call a modern day form of colonialism. Now, for Mr. Hogan's or Ms. Hogan's part, she gave a little detail of her crypto investments. And friends, in the New York Times, it's unclear if she will qualify for this year for Puerto Rico's tax exemption under Act 22, which was passed 2012 as the Individual Investors Act. Now, the law stipulates that investors like Ms. Hogan must live in Puerto Rico for 183 days out of the year in order to qualify for the exemption. They also encourage to show that other evidence of local residency by obtaining local bank accounts, driver's licenses, and voter registrations. Now, since Ms. Logan moved to Puerto Rico in March and has since flown to Washington, D.C. and London to meet with politicians and testify about Facebook, she may not rack up enough days of the island to qualify for the exemption. Folks, this is a good option if you want to take the chance that, you know, this could fall through, because Biden obviously does not like tax exemptions like this, especially when it's an overseas territory of the U.S., when he can literally get in and change things. Obviously, you know, the people of Puerto Rico are going to have to want to vote and then get it passed in, you know, as being a state of the U.S. If they get that done, with the taxes already in Puerto Rico, along with the new federal tax, which is the U.S. federal tax, it could have some of the highest taxes of any place in the world if that's changed. Anyway, if you want to learn more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions, hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We'll be glad to get back with you. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And number two is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. Number three is go to our website. You can get information there. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Folks, you can get over 500 videos we've got now. This is where you get all this free information to learn how to get your taxes to zero. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.